Because they are so simple, yet like,
They energize you.
yeah.
They get you back in the motion. Because we work with young girls, so trying to make them active in class.
And excited.
We try different energies.
Yeah. It's fun. This I think the one you did with
The ball.
the ball, yeah. It was so fun.
Yeah, okay.
It was very fun. It was really I really enjoyed it. But even this one was that was off.
Active listening.
That was exercise for active listening.
Yeah.
Like you were just,
Yeah.
and then I could see. I think because I was the back, so I could see the people like just they just wanted to float.
And not following what's the lead.
Yeah, it was just. I feel like they needed to just. And you had also this very soft voice, so it's very calming. So it was like, follow the leader, and I could see. So people were so relaxed. It was really great. Oh.
Yeah, there's a
Oh, and we
chair.
have the chair, so you can.
Is Ananda joining?
I think so.
She's joining today. Okay.
No? No, okay.
She must be caught up with something.
Something, okay. Welcome again.
Thank you.
And I have to say that this is one of my favorite part. Like, I really like offers. And what it means is that I will be offering a coaching program, but it's really, it's called offer because there's something that I will offer you, but we will co-create it. So the most important thing is that this program is working for you. If you feel like we cannot connect to it, oh no, Dominica, it doesn't work for us, let me know. But it's also, yeah, I'll guide you through this. Because what's gonna happen is I'm gonna offer you some metaphors, and how this program has been created. It's really me listening to you yesterday, and how do I experience you, and based on the topic, I crafted the metaphors. So I don't know how each of the coaches, we have different ways of doing it, but every coachee, or in your case the team, is getting their own metaphors. We don't have, it's really like, for me it's like, it comes quite naturally, like I sit and I feel like, I think this is gonna be something for you. So I hope you're gonna enjoy the session, and also just please, it's like, let me know, yeah, if you. So what we're gonna start with is, we're gonna go back a little bit to the topic. I didn't want to write it before because I know what you want to say. So we landed on, we would like to be better in communication. Among ourselves, so that so we can better support one another and strengthen them by I think the blue one was better. Can you see it? Oh, this one is. This way. Oh, we have a. Hello. Is this someone you know, or is it the IT?
Maybe it.
Yeah, it's not bad. Sorry?
I think so. I think he has found out.
Okay. Well, we keep the room open for some time, and we'll see if the Nanda will arrive. Maybe she will join. We'll see. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You go on? Yeah.
Yes.
So let's look at this topic again, and just let me know if there's something that you feel like we should modify or change, maybe something come up for you. So I'll read it again. We would like to be better in communication among ourselves so we can better support one another and strengthen the entire team. Do you feel like it's the right topic or still relevant for you today? Yeah?
Can we use another word instead of strengthening?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe just without this, support one another and the entire team.
No, just another word. It is fine. Strengthening is vague. Means like too much. Well, it's not too much. Yes, it's not like we
Engage. Lift.
strengthening is okay. Because we already have something that is working. We just want to strengthen whatever we have. For me, I find the word strengthen okay, but which word do you think we can find another word, a synonym maybe?
Does it feel too strong, or what's
Yeah, because when we say engage, it's like we are not engaged. So what we ask what to be engaged. Because strengthen is like adding value to what we currently have, right?
sorry?
I'm saying when we say strengthening, it's like adding value to what currently is existing.
Yeah, but we can change it. I mean, I think it's better to change the word that, you know, this is not an English class, so we can have something here that doesn't fit. As long as it's so we can put an adding value to the entirety. We could do that. So we can better support one another and bring more value, or maybe what would you like to do for the team? Is it to connect? What would be the verb? Connect better, or develop, grow?
For me, connect, comes with what we talked about yesterday, rather than strengthen. Strengthen brings another meaning.
Yeah.
Yeah. The point is us having a better communication, but at the same time supporting and connecting. So I think connecting would sit well than strengthen, because when putting strengthen there, it means like I don't know how it sits in my head, but connect brings what we really want. That's what comes to mind. You know?
Oh, that's
Connecting and trying to make the team more, yes, like we are connecting the team through communication and supporting the team to get to the goal. We're not strengthening the team.
So with me connecting, it's like there was no connection.
Mm-hmm.
But when I go back to the team as a team, it has to be connected. So I'm still going back. This is not a debate though, but I'm still going back to the word strengthen. But you can also maybe write another sentence with what Alpha is thinking, then we can
Yeah.
maybe
Because-
brainstorm.
Because you can also, so that I was thinking that you can take away this, and it would be, so you would use this word, so we can better support one another and support the entire team. So if we lift it out, it would be support one another. Would this be working? Okay, let's do, we can put, we put the connecting, we put all the alternatives, we'll see. Yeah? We'll see which one was better for you. So here is you have to, this is a thinking, what is it that, if you do that, if you communicate better, what will this give you? But if we write, maybe this will help you. Because the reason why you have chosen this topic, yesterday you mentioned, to maintain, we want to do this topic is important for you, for your team right now, is because we want to maintain the pace of our work to fulfill the promises we've made to the girls and all our stakeholders. Right now. Of our work to fulfill the promises to the girls, promises we've made to the girls and all our stakeholders. So maybe this is gonna be helpful. Do you feel like the why is because this is important, the why. That to maintain the pace of our work, we want to maintain the pace of our work to fulfill the promises we've made to the girls and all our stakeholders. This came from your experience recently when you mentioned about. And then you say that what could actually, so what we need to do is to we want to be better, we want to support one another and connect or strengthen the entire team. And we can achieve that if we're gonna be as team, we're gonna be better in communication. Does it flow? Does it make sense for you? Can you feel it? Yeah. And if you don't, we can change anything, girls. Girls, I shouldn't like girl, ladies. I'm sorry, like. Okay. Does it feel okay for now?
Yes.
So, and now comes the fun part. So this method is based on the metaphors. And the way we work is that the metaphor is depicting the way you are relating to this topic today. So how do you relate to this topic? And we call it the current way of being. So we're going to talk about the metaphor for the current way you're relating to this topic. And then I'm going to present to you the new way of being. And I want to write current way of being. At that stage, what I think I want to say is the way I came up with the metaphor for you, and the metaphor will depict how you are communicating today from what I've heard, what I've sort of felt from you yesterday, and so I came up with, and now comes the fun part. I think this is I came up with, and we can change anything, okay? I'm not sure about the adjective, but so we can see. I came up with the anxious lighthouse keepers. Tell you why. So, what is this? The lighthouse keepers, you know, they're very structured and systemic. So they follow the procedures and they keep the light burning. So they're really thorough in what they're doing. They're very dutiful. So they are dedicated to protecting others at all costs. And at the same time, they're anxious that anxiety comes because they're aware of that if something they do wrong could have a serious consequences for the sailors. And I felt when you were, so the way I came up with this was that I was looking for, I felt that there's definitely, the love is the key of your team, of your organizations. It just shines through. And when you chose this topic, it's like, this comes for love. Like you care so much that we are worried that if we stop, what's going to happen? And when it comes to communication, I also felt, because this is the lighthouses. Imagine it's like the glasses. That when you communicate, you've mentioned like we have some structured, you know, you do follow the meetings you have, and you come like you come and you participate and you exchange. But I felt that there is this maybe a bit of worry that like being very careful in this communication. Because you love each other so much, and it comes from the care. So you're this very dutiful in what you do and how you do that. You follow it thoroughly, but at the same time, perhaps this sometimes maybe. So that's the beauty of the lighthouse. I think the lighthouse is really making sure there is a harmony. That everyone is, you know, that the ships are coming, and it's around the sea. So it's really and the sea could be calm, could be stormy. But you as a lighthouse keeper, you make sure that, you know, when you communicate, that we have this, despite the storms, that we shine through, and we want things to happen. So the way, when we talk about a way of seeing, is for the anxious lighthouse keepers, is as long as we follow the processes, routines, we serve the best way. And remember, this is about the communication, which could relate to some other things, but I'm going to write it down. As long as we follow the routines, processes, we serve the best way. So when it comes to the communication, I had this feeling when I was listening to you that if we just do what we said we're going to do, it should work. You know, we are dutiful, and we are structured, we do what we're supposed to do, and there's, because it comes from care. And so this is how I felt, that this is how you today, the communication, this is how you know, this is your way of being, how you relate to this topic today. I pause now, and I'm curious to hear what's the first impression? And you don't have to like it, so I'm ready to take it away, and we can, create something else, because that's the part of the co-creation.
So for me, you pointing out these beautiful things about us and coming up with, I love the metaphor. It's nice. The work of the lighthouse keepers, and the light should always be just to keep everything going very well. So that is very nice, and for me, I love it. Yeah. And I think it speaks so much about us. With the way you have explained it, I think it fits us very well. That's my opinion. I don't know about the rest of us.
So I was still digesting it. Can we have like a minute
To reflect?
Yeah.
Of course.
It's a lighthouse, right? That looks like an R.
Yeah, anxious light.
It looks like an R.
Horse.
Yes. It's only like a horse.
Awesome.
So I was confused.
Us having better communication will make things fall things will turn it, and as long as we follow the routines, most of the place are the best way. So as long as we keep the light working, that's right.
Si tumeambizana kwamba Rafael alikuwa anaisoba kama hiyo suggestion nataka kuchangia.
You can just use your mother and then you let me know the summary.
No, we're just reflecting, then
Go ahead.
we'll speak out. So mimi nasema kwamba ilikuwa anaisoba kuna kitu tunatakiwa kutengeneza kipya, new routines ambazo zitatusaidia sisi to see the best way for wakati na respond. Na kumaanisha ni kwamba tunatafuta zile improvement in communication na decision making tufanyika mapema tukizifuata as long as we say the best way.
I think we've shared the same sentences.
Kwa hiyo tunakubaliana na hiyo hapo.
Yeah, so we were discussing agreement on the metaphor. Yeah, but also I think when we elaborated, we got to understand it, and we understood it more, the metaphor, like the symbolic of it.
And maybe this one, like, because this one, I really wanted to, there's this, as I said, I think it has to include love, but also, and you're very peaceful. It's so, we have to include that in here. So there are many, I think I wanted to have a metaphor that embodies love and calmness. and I wrote this one that is, and maybe here we should write, as long as we make sure that it's peaceful, we are doing the right way. We can think about it, because I feel that, because if we think about what are the gifts of this, it's this peace that you're giving, right? But also there are structures and you follow them, and you're not. It's not in like engineering way, but you really. I think also the word is dutiful, like you're doing your duty. You know what you need to do, but what's closing you down? It's in some way, this following the structures and everything that you're supposed to do. It doesn't yet. It's not enough. So it closes you down. And so there always we talk about, in the current way of being, there are so many gifts. But in the situation you are now, in the topic that you are facing today, it's not serving you anymore. It's not serving you enough. Yeah. So this is what I want to point out, that it's not that there's something wrong with that. It's that there's something that in this moment of your existence, or there's something more you need to missing here. It's not enough yet.
Okay. So maybe to acknowledge and recognize the things that has been working in the past. Maybe you can also add, I love the way that you have added the calm and love. Maybe you can add the words like, as long as we keep doing so and so and follow the routines.
Yeah, I love that. Keep doing what we do, right? Or
the one that you think we are good at. Like you have spoken about calmness and peaceful. I don't know if they matter, but we have things that has been working.
Yeah. And here we meet like, yeah, because exactly the processes that you're having in all these structures is to calm the environment. That's what and I'm thinking, as long as we keep the environment calm, I'm just thinking, okay, maybe we should actually write it down. As long as we keep doing our programs, let's try. Programs, and we follow the routines. Maybe we serve the best way.
How about procedures? How is the procedure? Follow the routines. Because like yesterday we shared in her what we are doing, the way we are, the way our leadership. So means everything which we have shared with her, it's very totally okay. So we just supposed to continue, or we're supposed to invest of what we're doing, as he said that, to follow the routine. So the routine is what? We can see there is a gap.
I think that I'm thinking of because we are referring to the communication, and you have some routines there. So so when you communicate to each other, you have a clear structure. You have the meetings, and you follow them in a beautiful way. So
structures.
Exactly. But I think here, and now I'm noticing that since we're talking about the lighthouse, we cannot use the
Programs.
yeah doing, but we can use like as long as we keep doing our duties. I think maybe. Yeah, because this is what makes this lighthouse. He's dedicated to protecting others, and like by being dutiful, doing this, you have to be very thorough, and this is how you're protecting the rest. So so the sailors would not crash. So we have
keep doing the duties and follow the routines.
yeah.
That's the best way.
Yeah, I will. Actually, I'm thinking that maybe it's double. Follow the routines.
We can cancel the process.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think the processes feels like a little bit too. There's something about process that doesn't fit. It's a bit too strong. Yeah.
And follow the routines for something necessary.
Okay. Shall we? Is it okay for now?
Yeah.
You can always. Maybe I will write that. So the new way of being. This is also the fun. This is also fun part. And I came up for you with joyful. And I can. So I think it also came maybe because of the. I've noticed you're very you're good in the small things, like energizers, and you're very like this. I felt about, but the reason about the choir is as long the what they do is there's a psychological safety in the choir. You talked about it yesterday. It's every musician or every singer feels comfortable expressing themselves through their instrument or through their voice. So each of you have individual voice, and each of you sing strongly. So the voices of each of you is as important. Like individual voice is important, and it creates this beautiful music. The choir is connected. The musicians are in tune with each other, working for the concert, creating something beautiful. So one of the things in the choir is that you're all great singers, but then the second ability you have is that you listen, you can tune into each other. That's why I've never been to the choir. I'm so bad at this. I'm so off. But so this is a beautiful. So that's another thing that I felt in that would be great, and also the way they're operating, they're very honest and open. So there's a you mentioned yesterday about the feedback, giving each other feedback, and in the choir you give open feedback, allowing each musician to improve and adapt during rehearsal. So it's okay when you're a choir to say, could you do it a little bit? And my husband, he used to sing in the choir, so I called him yesterday and I said, tell me more about this. that it's not, the choir doesn't seem, when you're in this group, it's such a safe space, and all of the musicians or the singers are really skilled. So it's okay to say, could you tune down a little bit? Because your voice is too loud in the moment, and we need to have more balance, or maybe your voice has to come up. So there is the safe space, as you've mentioned yesterday, to create this space to be, that you can actually share this feedback. And you've mentioned about this yesterday, that when I ask you about how do you see this communication in the future, you've mentioned psychological safety, being connected, being able to give honest feedback to each other. And I felt that, also the reason why the choir spoke to me was that we still have this, right? And And the choir is both giving energy. I mean, the music always gives people both energy and whatever you sing, or thoughtfulness, right? So you can really, with your voice, you can decide, you know, how do we want to impact the others? Do we want to energize them, or do we want to provide them with peace, with a more calmer music? Yeah. Tell me, I'll give you some time to think, and I'll go to the bathroom.
Okay. Wakati anaongea na nilikuwa na reflect this job tulikuwa naongelea tukirudi for the team, sisi managers kwamba labda tunaweza kuwa tunaiona, je, to the team ambao tunailead wanaiona hii. Hiyo ndio kitu ambacho sio amenihamisha, ndio nilikuwa na reflect kwangu mimi. Ninaona kama kwa team bado hawakioni kile ambacho sisi tunakiona. Yani like tulivyoelezea kwamba yes, tuna give each other feedback, labda tuna support, tuna perform labda some activities, tuna support team. Je, wale ambao tunao support wanaona kile sisi tunachokifanya?
So hapo unaona hiyo current way of being ndio tuko sasa hivi. Hiyo hapo new way of being is what will happen kama communication kati yetu sisi itafanya kazi. Sababu what we want is to be able to support the entire team. So if sisi ni unajua choir ndio nasema the choir is going to synchronize ile lazima wa balance kila kitu. Kama ni sauti tunataka itoke vizuri, so huyu hapa yuke, so huyu sijui afanye. So if we're on the same page, it means kwanza a joyful choir ni kwamba watu wote wako on the same page. Ndio choir inakuwa inafanya kazi. So what we see ni kwamba in the next tukishafanikisha mambo yetu ya communication kuweka vizuri, everything will be fine. If everything will be fine, ametoa mfano kwamba tutakuwa joyful choir. Sio kwamba watu wengine huko nje wanapaswa waone. Wao wanachotakiwa kukiona ni kwamba sisi we are doing our best to do the very best we can, because that's the problem we say we have. Inatufanya pace yetu ya mambo hayatimii, hayaendi vizuri, which means if we're good, we're finally mastering the communication among us, there will be psychological safety, there will be good feedback, and if sisi sababu tumejikita changamoto ndio kwanza ni communication, then if we're okay, it means whatever we do here will be reflected to the team, and the team will be supported, and they'll see it. They'll feel the feedback is genuine, they'll feel psychological safety, they'll feel everything that we wanted to see. That's the point. Right now, just because of now, for this is when you're sure or not, we don't have psychological safety among ourselves.
So yeah, but for now, tukireflect na hata tulipokuwa bila tulipofikia, tunaona hiyo picha ama hatuioni?
Hatuioni, ndio maana we're working on it. That's the point for that part. So what we want is to make sure the communication between ourselves works. It's what we have picked out, that the communication is the problem among ourselves. So if we figure it out, we can better support ourselves and the team. Now when we reach to the point where we are supported, we are supporting ourselves better and the team, it means they will see what you say. They will see we are okay, we give them safety, we are also feeling safe with each other, we feel connected, there will be openness, and we are going to maintain the peace of our work, and the promises that we have made, which means all the questions you have there, they will see it. Unless there's another problem, it is different from communication among us. Okay? always thinking of how to call this.
So if we before we move on a little bit about this, like what? Tell me the summary of your conversation. That was good.
So Veronica was asking if at this moment do the staff or the team see the things that we see? Like, are we there yet? That was her question. So we were trying to explain it to her that our goal is to make sure that the communication among ourselves is better, so as we can be able to support each other and the team. And when we achieve that, that means the team will now see the good things that we see. Like it will be easy for them to see that they are also safe, we are all connected, there's honesty in feedback and everything else, but it has to start with us. Yeah, so that's the summary.
Yeah. I love that, because it's about what you mentioned, the role modeling that you mentioned. And exactly, so I think what I wanted to, because this is the current way of being, not the current way of doing. Because sometimes it's not what we're gonna do differently, because that's not the action plan. This is how we're gonna be different. So today we show up as these lighthouse keepers that are structured, beautiful. We bring peace, we bring love. But you reach the point, and this is the way you approach communication today. There might be other aspects you are approaching, but in this context, the metaphor is for this. Created. So the new way, if you approach the communication through joyful choir, you create psychologically sensitive, but you are each individual strong voice, and together you are a strong voice. And you can both bring peace, but you can also bring the energy. Today, the lighthouse keeper is making sure that there is peace. But with this metaphor, it will also allow you to create the power, right? And as you've mentioned, the question that you just said is that if we approach communication through the lens, through the being of joyful choir, what will happen to our staff? What will happen to our other team members? Yeah? I think that's a beautiful coaching question. But it's true, as leaders, we role model, and then it trickles down. So, of course, most likely, with your transformation, people will notice it, and the transformation goes down. Yeah? Or up. I don't know. But we always want to we will not take away the lighthouse. We want the program is not designed that we take away, so move from here to there. No, it's to build on top of it. So there will be situations, and you can notice that you're going to come back to the lighthouse, because maybe the lighthouse will be serving you better in certain situations. And maybe even in some communications, maybe in some individual, maybe in you notice that maybe in some conflict resolution, you're going to come back to the lighthouse because it's going to serve you better. But in the communication that you want to have on the bigger scale in your group, this metaphor could serve you, this way of being could serve you better. Yeah? Yeah. Is there any part right now that we've talked that you feel like, nah, I would like to change it, or maybe there's something I would like to add on to it, or just to make it even stronger, that you can even stronger relate to it.
I think we're speaking the same language. Yeah.
And you can.
I don't know, I'm just reflecting things and looking at the metaphor. I'm a joyful choir. So, yes, I mean the light keeps us shining and also directs us to do what we're supposed to do, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'm trying to look at the leaders now, trying to understand each other's vocal and getting to know this strong voice. How are we? How is your strong voice impactful to us? And how are we going accommodating, let's say, the first pitch, the second, the third? How are we, how are we becoming one? Yes, we are one, we are joyful choir, but our voices now, I don't know, I'm just thinking this one. Do you get me?
Yes, you get that.
Just think.
So I also think it's going to work because we understand each other better now. So we know who has the strongest energy, why this person behaves like this, why this person is like this. So in the end of the day, just coming up together with the same voice is going to be amazing. And with the fact that we've just realized that communication has been a problem, and we're ready to work on it based with the way we understand each other now. It's easy even to go to, with the leads. We understand them much better now. You could see when Joyce was facilitating, we were saying, this is this. So it's easier for us to just pick up everything, and in the end of the day, speaking the same language. It's a process. It's not going to happen so easily because we are also still learning each other. We're not done yet learning each other. So it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
To have the same voice, the same song.
The same song, yeah. I like it a lot. And when you think about the choir, we're going to talk about, but it's this ability to self-regulate. I am the reason why I'm not in the choir. I was aware that I was constantly off. I couldn't tune in, but because I don't have the technical skills. But I could feel that, I could hear that I am just off the tune and too loud. So, is this ability also to self-regulate? That you are okay. I need to have a lower voice, and this is each of us personal journey. All of you have this, through Enneagram. You're going to see what is your strengths and what you need to work on, and some people need to lower their voice, and some people need to raise their voice. So this is the ability. So if you approach the communication and the team through the choir, is this. So even though you have on your own personal journey to figure out your voice, but in a choir, in a team, you develop this, I am too loud right now. Yeah? So you tune in. We're not singing right now, we're just talking. But we are a very calm group. But I am 8 wings 7. I can be loud. And you're going to see me dancing today, and I'm going to be completely out of it. You see, where's this Dominica I met an hour ago? So it's this ability to really tune into the energy and to the voice that you are speaking, to the voice that is in the choir right now. but once you tune in, you know that what you can do. You can together raise that. You can really raise the energy together, and you can together lower the energy. So that's the power. That's the power. So it's this tuning in.
Yeah, continue. No, I don't have concerns, but I'm just reflecting. It's just a joke. I'm just reflecting that our teacher is Anande, so that is the teacher of the song. And then as we are the team is what I was reflecting, and I was just thinking who now is going to stay. I was thinking for using the organization structure that okay, who is going to be maybe voice this, who is going to maintain that we have to be down, house. In that situation, I just want to catch up through the whole team and see how are we going to organize that.
Yeah, I think it's I'm speaking from imagination, right? The way I imagine this choir is, I don't see voice 1 or 2. There can be a conductor. There is a conductor in the orchestra, and I think in the choir also there is this person leading.
Choir master.
Hmm?
I think the name is the choir master. Yeah.
The choir master. So there's a choir master, and it's an important person. It's a very important person, but the person doesn't sing.
So we don't have one.
Yeah, but the role is crucial. And all of these voices, they do, I don't know what they do, like you always see them. Yeah, so now it's you go up, and they will, because this is your work. Maybe sometimes we need this voice more closer, higher, or so yeah, I think you can be standing in the rows because of your height, so they can see you, but not because but you're more organized because of the tunes you give, and what is your strong voice. If it's your bass, they hear you when you go. So this is sort of how I imagine this choir. Yeah. And I think this is what I think this is so powerful. I think this sort of an adjective is joyful, that you're really there's this You're laughing. I don't know if it's completely off or
No, I hear you, like, when the choir is singing, there's that vibe, like, people get excited in the middle.
Yeah. And they are, the public. Yeah, because you're in front of the public. And people are like, wow, and you really can move people. You're already moving today. But with the music, you can move them even more. Yeah.
So I have a question. So we don't have a choir master. I think we are the choir masters.
We are the choir masters.
Is it masters, mistresses?
I think then you're in the choir without the choir master. Maybe maybe there is a moment, and this is something for you to.
Sorry.
Maybe there is a moment, and I think you can find out, and we can talk about during the maybe sometimes there will be one who has to come forward, and for the moment maybe I'll take the choir master role. But there is this, since there is no one dedicated, that at one point you move back to the choir, because the choir they are good enough right now. They can do that on their own.
Yeah.
So it's the skill of maybe here, in and out, if you don't have dedicated. It's just, this is so imagination, and that's just what we love about the metaphors, because you can play with them, and you can imagine so it's really, you can really depict something without, Okay, so we can leave it for now. And again, once we're going to meet next time, we can change it again. Tune in, and maybe something I'll think about this where we can figure out. So the next the program is about, how do we get there? And I think that think about it as, because this is a developmental coaching, so what is it that we need to develop to be the joyful choir, to become, and to develop. So it's not that you are. So you have to, you have all the muscles. We have all the skills, but there are some skills, like in here, you have to train so they get bigger. Yeah. So you probably have them a lot here, but there's particular ones that we want to, focus on. So you're going to be even stronger. So it's not about starting from the beginning, but building on. And I built actually on these 3 areas. And the first objective I came up with is you will be more able to trust yourself and other musicians. So I felt that psychological safety is really like trusting yourself, but also other people, and the skills that could come here that we can talk about. We'll see. Maybe would be definitely self-awareness, self-compassion, maybe courage to take the risk. What we talk about, vulnerability, but it's the ability to say, when I have the good voice, yeah, and I can actually trust you that together we're going to have even stronger. So the psychological safety is really about trusting myself, but also the others. But to trust the others is it's hard, right? You have to. There's this, as we talk about, this vulnerability and taking risk. It's not always easy.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to write the whole thing. The second part, you will be more able to tune into other musicians. And when I say tune into, I was thinking about the skills like active listening, hearing beyond the word. Yes, I hear, but really discernment, like to know when to engage, when not to engage. So if you say, when can I take this? When do I move back? Emotional attunement. Yeah. So be able to read the subtle emotional clues, and you have a lot of this. But I'm wondering if this is something that the things that you are maybe in this particular space would be what you do with the girls, maybe you don't do among yourselves. So it's really a lot about this. How do I, what do I need to do to tune in? How do I tune in emotionally? When do I engage? When do I don't engage? So this interpersonal skills. And the third objective is you will be more able to I'm not going to rephrase it, but for the moment I wrote grow together. And grow together is the skills that is needed, like being curious about one another. Curiosity also comes here actually, but here's giving feedback, collaborate together, celebrate together, help each other out. So all these things that will allow you to, skills that will allow you to grow together. And so this is my hypothesis. This is what I believe that if we work on in these areas, we will be able to create more of these, and I think we're going to be closer to the choir. I don't know where it's going to lead us, and probably, and I know, each session you're emerging. There's something new emerging. I'm adding to the list, or I get another thing happening, but so even though there will be things emerging, I think we're gonna get closer to that. And what's important in the coaching program is that this part about the topic, the why, and the metaphors are working for you. That you feel like that you are connecting with them, that you're inspired by this. Like, yeah, I want to be actually the choir. Because if you start feeling yeah. So I like your way of working. I give you 5 minutes and you can speak in your own language and see what comes up for you.
Tuning to other musicians, like tend to whatever the light that we have, it's going to also light others. It's also going to develop others, but we are also going to grow together. So combat kila siku the management what is who they grow. So even the team members are going to grow together at the same pace. I can trust myself and other musicians. Na nini yake nimeshindwa kuelewa hiyo kwa kweli. Because it's something like trust. Anyway, labda kuna sentence nyingine ambayo labda inakuelezea hilo neno, lakini si kana kwamba the trust, because trust has been built kwanzia maybe ulivyoanza kazi au kwanzia maybe your first internship.
So I think that came from the fact that Ananda yesterday said there is no psychological safety, and also the feedbacks that we give each other, they're not constructive. Because yesterday she pointed things and she noted them, and that there is no psychological safety. Like just being safe in the like when you're going in front of someone and that person makes you feel safe, that's psychological safety. So or just knowing that whatever happens here is going to stay here, or you guys have my back. So like you're there with a gun, but physically, psychologically, we give you the peace of mind. So one thing that I know we lack is giving each other psychological safety. Like the fact I'm out of work, Mary will be there to take care of my tests with no worries, and just she'll cover everything. She understands me better. All of it. That's what we lack. Yeah. So, but also if we give each other constructive feedback, it gives us that peace, makes you feel you're safe. That this person is giving me feedback, but however she puts it, you know it is constructive. Because I'm safe. I know what you're telling me is just to make me become a better version of myself. Regardless of the tone, regardless of anything, I'll just benefit them. So I don't know, Mary.
Maybe I add on that. In that question of objective one is that due to the song that will be in the same level. I mean, we'll be understanding each other. So through the connection that we build it together will lead to ourselves, believing in ourselves, and we'll be free to each other. Because we cannot sing the song together while we are not understanding each other. So we must connect first, because when we can be believing in ourselves.
Yeah. I think all the objectives, they're intertwined. So you trust yourself and others to sing with the correct note without going higher or lower, just the perfect note. Then you can tune into whatever they're doing. At the end of the day, the song is nice, and you just go together.
And also, like, there's like the growing, there is some kind of order in number one. Because you can't, this is number one, because you cannot do, this is the first thing you have to work on. But also, you need to know how to tune in order to for example, give feedback. So, this attunement is really about, I feel you and I'm in this situation, and if you feel that this is not the right moment to bring up stuff, you don't do that. Yeah. So this is also something that, even though you couldn't feel the need of it, because it's your need to express it, but I feel that at this point, the person in front of me it's not the right moment. So this is this attunement, this emotional attunement, and you know, ladies, you are just so beautifully. I mean, it's just you have it. You have the skill, and I think you practice it every day. It's about thinking about like how does this translate to our group. Because you're so emotionally skilled, like really skilled emotionally. This is my feeling. That like I was just like the thing like just to give an example, because all these things they're the way you show up. Like I was putting these things on the wall, and you just immediately came in, and I said, "I'm going to help you. Can I help you with that?" So this is about when you felt. Yeah, I feel you that I can be, you know, and so this is this beautiful attunement, feeling other people, and trust me, this is many people are working with that skill. Yeah, we lost one team member. I haven't even noticed.
She's coming.
She went to washroom.
So, I mean, this is the program actually, and I will of course write it down nicely, and it's gonna be, so I'm gonna craft it and send it to you. And the first exercise you're gonna get, it's called self-observation exercise. And this exercise is about just observing yourself and observing the lighthouse keeper. So when you are in the situation, when you are among yourselves or connecting, like, just catch yourself. When is this lighthouse keeper coming, and and in what way it shows up? You know. So it's really just observing yourself, because we talked about the self-awareness, and this is self-awareness in the team. So how you say, yeah, now we're really like the lighthouse keepers, like we do what we're supposed to do, and we are very cautious, and there you feel anxiety, and you see what you do, because it's, so one thing is, oh, I know what I should correct here. So we have this one. As long as
We keep doing
yeah, we keep doing our duties, we follow the routines, we serve the best way, and just catch yourself when you have this. So this is your way of seeing things. We call it way of seeing. This is the way that the lighthouse keeper operates. This is the value. And then comes ways of going is, what do you actually do? What is the lighthouse keeper doing? What is the lighthouse keeper doing in communication? What do you think? What is he doing? Sorry?
Supporting.
Yeah, staying quite supporting calmly, very just making sure so I do what I'm supposed to do. So you also make sure that whatever I was supposed to do, how in this communication I do for my meetings, and I make sure that there's peace. There's no conflict probably. This is what he's doing. He's going to do everything to make sure there's not going to be any disagreement. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is what this is going to do, because he's saying, as long as I keep doing my duties and follow the routines, and making sure that we are actually making sure that that's what I think here we should add, making sure there is a peace. I'm doing my job the best way. I'm serving the team. So the last word, we call it way of checking. So how does he know he's doing the right thing? What is he checking for? He's checking, and like, did not offend anyone here? Did I make sure the room is peaceful? Did not raise my voice? Yeah, this is what his mind is, what he's checking for. And to show you because this is the way of seeing. This is the way of seeing. And if we go to the choir, I forgot to write it. As long as we listen wholeheartedly, it's a wrong word, but it's a long word. As long as we listen wholeheartedly, because you have to listen with your heart. Yeah? And tune in beautiful music will come, or I will have to refine. Yeah? So the choir is thinking, as long as we listen wholeheartedly with our hearts and tune into each other, the beautiful music will come. We're going to play the beautiful piece.
Yeah.
So if this is the way of seeing, what is he doing? The choir. You actually do listen, actively listen. Truly listen. Yeah? You what else could you do? You let me go back to mine. Maybe the way of checking. Yeah, go ahead. Did you say something?
Yeah, you said we actually do listen, but we also actually do tune in.
Yes.
Like you find the balance.
Exactly.
Whatever, while communicating, you make sure, did you hear what I said? This is what I'm saying, what you really quote. Like you really make sure
that
there's a tune in,
yes.
in the communication between you and the other person.
So it's like this, it's really actually mindfully listen. Yeah, so this is what the mindfully listen. Yes. So how does the choir know that I am actually being the choir? how do I know? Is I feel that I feel that we're in the right. I feel that I feel that this is the atmosphere, that the space is, you know.
With the connection.
We are connected. I feel that we are connected, for example. So you could say even with the choir, as long as I feel connected, I am, you know, I am singing well. Yeah.
We feel the rhythm together.
The rhythm.
Yeah.
This is really nice.
Yeah.
The metaphor is really nice.
It's the metaphors. This is the power of the metaphors. Because even if you, it's just because if you connect with them, you're gonna remember them. You really speak to teams and speak to in the coaching program. That's the beauty of this method, I think. So,
We get connected because we sing the same song. So
yeah.
the connection comes because we're singing the same song.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write them because
We sing the same
we
song.
sing the same song. Beautiful. Yeah. So I think that's. I feel it's enough for today. And also because I know it's a long day.
It is.
It is. I know. Yeah. So this attunement, you know, it's when you feel like it. But I'm so. There's some programs I like more than the others, and this is the one that I like more than the others. And I would like to thank you, ladies, for you have this gift for bringing peace.
Thank you.
Naturally, as a group. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
I feel like, oh, okay, this is gonna be so nice. You know, sometimes you come in, I'm like, oh no, oh my goodness, they're gonna kill me. And here I feel like, oh, it's gonna be so nice. So thank you for that. I don't know how you're doing it, but this is my feedback to you, and I just met you. And I literally, when I came here, I said, I'm glad that you're my lab. This is because, oh, this is gonna be nice. So, because of this peace and this warmth that you have in you, you gave me energy. So thank you for that. And I'm also very excited about this program. I really love your metaphors. Just I first came up with the choir. It was just instant. I didn't have to. It was just came up to me. I went down and I started went up. Choir. I just. But also the lighthouse keepers also. I was just taking from the giving a plant, but then I like giving metaphors when there are people involved, more than nature. And I felt that also here it's you need to pick a person that is going to speak. So thank you. And I will send you all that when I be back to. But I want to take a picture.
Yeah, and we are also very happy that we did not give you a hard time.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah, we are so happy that you are a coach, and we really enjoyed each session that you have had so far.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we also think you're very calm and very kind, very understanding, and you reciprocate the energy. So we think we are the match made in heaven.
So bring it, and then you'll see me what's coming back.
It's okay. We're the same.
We in Africa, I'm just getting lost. I'm like.
When she said we're a match made in heaven, you'll see.
Yeah.
We're the same. We have the same energy, don't worry.
So I'm looking forward to see the
Yes.
other part of the choir. Exactly, this is the other part of the choir.
Yeah.
The joints are really I don't know, have you seen from, I'm sorry, do you have We will not forget the picture. So I will not leave about the picture. You need to have it. And I'm going to take again when you're going to. But did you receive the dates?
For the last ceremony, no, or for the coaching. For the
Yeah.
coaching, I think we just signed the agreement for coaching. I'm not sure. Participant agreement.
That's participant agreement.
Yeah, it has like
So-
you're accepting having sessions
Yeah.
for coaching and everything. Not the dates.
So I will send them to you, but they will be, because the dates are fixed. I don't know if, do you want me to write, maybe
No, you just share.
Maybe in the WhatsApp group.
in the WhatsApp
Yes,
group? I will share it to you.
Also,
Yeah.
and then they can also see,
Yeah.
because in the agenda there was that we could discuss dates for team coaching. So there was
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. So we have, I mean, we want to, we do the schedule in advance because because it's easier. Because it takes so much time to schedule and we are so many people. So you're gonna have, which doesn't mean that, for example, if you're gonna say, oh, this is the, you know, we can always move it somewhere. But what's gonna happen, it's gonna be Fridays from EAT, okay, 1:30 for you until 3.
1:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Friday works. Does Friday work for most of us?
Yes, Friday works. I think maybe to know which dates.
Yeah, the
Is
dates
it-
are, so I will send it to you.
All right.
I'll do the screen and then, why did they give me Armani Girls Dominique? It's not Armani Girls. So maybe I just make sure that you don't feel it's like to correct me. I'll do. But it will be mostly Fridays.
Okay.
It's always Fridays. So the next session will be May 23rd. So there will be at 1:30.
Okay. Okay.
And Friday will be amazing. I think there's nothing to fear.
So you're gonna receive all this May 23rd, June. There will be one that we had to do a little bit because we are entering vacation. We have summer now, starting soon. So I will be one week on vacation, so I had to move it. But it will be about every 3 weeks until the last session we're gonna have September 5th. So it's gonna be May 23rd, June 6th, June 23rd, July 18th, August 15th, September 5th. This will be our last session before the celebration summit. So between the last coaching session and the celebration, you will have about 4 weeks to talk about this, create this transformation plan.
Okay.
And how the sessions look like, I'm gonna talk more, but it's really, it's gonna be, I'm gonna come back to the topic, you're gonna have the first practice to observe now, but each session you're gonna have a small practice. But the practice, don't worry, it's nothing that you have to write down, or it's gonna be something small, but something also that makes you a little bit, but it's gonna be related to this.
Okay.
Something that on a daily basis, I don't know how to explain to you. Let's give you an example. I had a client who really likes structures, and he absolutely didn't like to improvise, but he had to develop it because he was taking a role that would be involving speaking on the stage. So his job was to not to do his bad every day. He was so well organized that every day he was doing his bad, everything was so neat. So the practice he got from me was you just don't do your bad in the morning, and it was driving him nuts because he liked to have everything neat, and he couldn't really I couldn't resist to make my bed every morning. So it's something like that. So something like a small thing that allows you to practice on these objectives, but it's not but it's a lot of reflection.
All right.
Okay, so we still have at least half an hour to prepare or to just to rest before
Before dinner.
dinner.
Yeah.
Let's
Shall we
take
take that?
pictures.
Yeah, and I like it because you also like pictures.
No,
No?
I'm the only one who doesn't like pictures here.
Yeah, because you have somebody.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
They love
We
pictures.
can ask.
Yes. Could you take a picture of us? Maybe we stand by the wall or.
He can tell us. Please use our phone.